All right, guys, I want to share with you what is my current favorite travel EDC bag, and that is the Mystery Ranch 3-way briefcase. I love this thing. It's so cool. Also, I'm going to walk you through my full travel EDC loadout, at least currently right now in early 2025. And also, I'm going to share with you my philosophy of use, which is why I choose to travel with a bag like this and with these contents. So let's get into it. First, before we go any further, I want to mention I do not have any affiliation with any company of the products I'm going to talk about. These are just my opinions and my views. I chose all of these things because I like them and I use them. Let's go over the bag, materials and features. So I got this one in this super cool waxed canvas, and it is awesome. It's probably my favorite fabric that they offer this bag in. They do a ton of different fabrics though, like nylon ripstop and other kind of stuff. Go look it up. Just pick whatever is your favorite if you're into this bag. Now, I love it's got the kind of weatherproof zippers, as you can see there. Nice weatherproof zippers on the front. I'm sorry, on the middle too. On the front, it's got this flap, which we're going to get into in a second, which has normal zippers, but it's got this cool kind of magnetic clasp, which I really like. It magnetizes on there. Nice heavy duty pull handles, very nicely sewn on there. If I had one gripe, it might be the shoulder strap. The shoulder strap is good material, but the clips and the kind of rotator on the side, that's plastic. Not a big fan of the plastic. Now on the back, it has backpack straps. Let me show you how that works. Basically, you pull the padded straps out of the top slits. There's little slits in the bottom here, and you pull this end and then this one over here, and these buckles right here connect to your strap buckle, and you just do that on both sides, and you've got adjustable shoulder straps. Let me show you what that looks like. So here it is in the backpack mode. Very comfortable, very easy to wear, can easily move in this thing. Really cool feature that it can turn into a backpack. Usually I'm carrying it in the briefcase mode. Another really cool feature, if you see this zipper right here, this is an expansion zipper. So you can zip this thing all the way around and it will make the bag a lot slimmer, more like that slim. Now I've got this thing fully kitted out. As you can see, it's actually heavy to hold it up like this. So I've got it fully expanded, which is really cool because this thing really gives you a lot more cargo space when you open that expansion zipper. If you're traveling a lot lighter, you can zip that thing up and this thing gets way slimmer. So in a nutshell, that's the bag features. Okay, let's go over philosophy of use. Why? Because I have a pistol caliber carbine and soft body armor as well as other things in this kit. And here is why, at least here's why what my thinking is. Let's say there's a natural disaster. The rule of law stops working, things get wild, there's chaos. People can get pretty desperate. People can get dangerous. You need something to be able to protect and defend yourself and those around you to get off of the X and get somewhere safer. And to me, this kit is just something that helps me accomplish that goal. Let's say also another possible scenario. You're at a hotel and you all of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of an active shooter scenario. You need something better than just a little handgun to protect yourself, defend those around you, and get out of there safely. So to me, having a kit like this, you know, I'm a father, and my goal when I travel is to get home to my family, or if I'm traveling with my family, protect my family and get my family home safe. That is why I choose to travel with a bag like this. Now, granted, you know, 99.9% of us out there who carry a firearm are never going to use that firearm to protect or defend our lives. However, we carry it because of that scenario that might happen. You never know. No one ever says, you know, I was planning to get involved in a disaster, in a life-threatening situation as a civilian. But things happen in this world. And, you know, we hope that we will never, ever have to use a firearm to defend our life or to protect those around us. But should that scenario arise, my goal, my duty is to get home to my family or get my family home safe. And that's why I choose to travel with a travel EDC loadout like I'm going to show you now. So let's get into the contents of the bag. Let me show you what I'm carrying in here and why I chose these things. I think you're going to really like a lot of this stuff. The way I set my bag up, I keep the front panel area and the back section for stuff that I might need to access while I'm in public or while I'm still out and about. Not concerned if anyone sees something that's in here or back in this panel. This middle section, I keep only for things I'm going to use in my room or in case of an emergency. So first we'll start in the front. Really cool, you just grab this little ribbon or cord here, pull down and yank up, and it exposes your area here. And I'll go over all the items I have in here. So as you can see, there's some pouches and a mesh pouch on the side here, and then a nice deep area to keep some things as well. So first off, I've got a nice metal pin. You can be used for self-protection as well as obviously for writing. I've got a extra flashlight. This is just an Olight flashlight that I have laying around and I keep in here. Just another means of lighting things up if I need to. On the left side, I carry a field notes for taking notes as well as leaving a note should you need to, which could be very important in certain situations. On the left pouch here, I have basically a IFAK. If you don't know what that is, just look it up, IFAK, but it's essentially a trauma kit. So gauze, chest seal, gloves, bandages, things like that. So should you or someone else get a gunshot wound or a severe cut or something like that, you could stop the bleeding with something like this. Also, I'll just go through what's in the bottom here. My AirPods Pro, love these things. I got a case to protect them as well as just keep it closed. If I drop it, this clasp keeps it from popping open and my AirPods just flying across the ground. I really recommend that you get a case for your AirPods if you don't have them. I really like it. Links for everything, guys, will be down in the description box below. A tourniquet. I highly recommend that everyone have a tourniquet on them. This is the Snake Staff Systems tourniquet. I love this thing. A lot more compact than the cat tourniquet. This thing works on children as well as animals. Very cool piece of kit, and I consider a tourniquet an absolute must to carry. Also, I've got pepper spray. So I like Fox. I think they make the best. And this is the cone pattern. They have different spray patterns. I like the cone. And I like to have just a non-lethal deterrent on me. You never know if you're going to get caught in a scenario where you just need someone to get out of your face or get away. I really like having pepper spray for that. Now let's go over the mesh pocket here. In the mesh pocket, first off, I have a boo-boo kit. So ibuprofen, Benadryl for a allergic reaction or something, bandages, things like that. I really always recommend traveling with a boo-boo kit. This is a headlamp. It's a small headlamp that fits in this little case by Petzl, and I just think headlamps are extremely crucial to have. They come in so clutch when you need a light and you need to be hands-free. This is actually one of two that I have in this kit. You'll see later. I carry some foam earplugs because sometimes when you're in a hotel, the guy next door can snore so loud you cannot sleep. I've experienced that and I never travel without these now. Also, I have some Thieves waterless hand sanitizer. I really like being able to keep my hands clean when I'm traveling, get gas, go into a public place. Don't want to have to go to the restroom. I can just get my hands clean that way. I have a clothespin, which can be very handy for all kinds of things. I usually end up using it for picking splinters out or lint out of my USB connections on my iPhone and stuff like that. Also, love this Victorinox SD. Very useful little thing. It's got scissors, a knife, a flathead screwdriver, a pick, and tweezers. Love this little guy. Absolutely awesome piece of kit. One of my favorites. And I think that's it for this pouch. Let's go to the next section. All right, we're going to go to the back section now, which is the other kind of frequently accessed, more public section. So in the back here, you can see there is 2 pouches right here. Then there's an area in the middle, which is where I have my laptop. And then there's another pouch in the back, which is the backmost pouch. And I have Premier Soft Body Armor in here. So this thing will stop a bullet. And if you want to check out the rating, just go to Premier Body Armor's website and look at what all this thing can stop. But this essentially can turn into a bulletproof vest. So let me show you how that would work. Essentially, I pull the backpack straps out and I put this side against my chest and I'm wearing this thing like a bulletproof vest. So that coverage area right there, that's a lot. That will cover your vitals. And to me, traveling with a bag that can turn into a bulletproof vest is really, really cool. So I put, and look, it just literally slides in there. You can buy these panels in different sizes from Premier Body Armor, and I just slide it in this back pouch right here. So yeah, I love that thing. Now in the middle, I've got my laptop. This is a 13-inch MacBook Air, and I keep it in this in-case little sleeve. It just gives it more padding and protection. And this area of the case is just not super padded. So I like to have just a little bit more protection for my laptop. Over here in this pouch, I travel with wipes. I think that you should always have wipes for yourself. If you're in a hotel, you can think of a million uses for these things. I don't need to tell you how to use wipes. Anyway, I got wipes. Now, over here on this side, I've got this nice Anker charging bank. One of the things I love about this is my phone pops right on here with a magnet. It charges wirelessly or magnetically to the back of my iPhone. It also has a cable, which is really cool. This is a USB-C cable. So I can plug this into my laptop. I can charge my laptop with this. And I can also charge another thing that I carry with me, which is my Kindle. And this is basically my digital Bible. I have my Bible on here. I can hook this up and charge my Kindle. I can charge my phone at the same time. I can charge my laptop. Very, very handy piece of kit. Also, when my phone, and what's cool about this one too, it just pops in, so the cable is self-contained. You don't have to bring a cable with you, which I think is really cool. And it has a kickstand. So I can set my phone on a table or on my desk, my alarm clock. I can watch a video, whatever. Really, really like this little power bank from Anker. Obviously, I showed you my Kindle. And the last thing in this section here is my laptop charger and a USB-C cable. So just between these two things, I can charge all my electronic gear, being my iPhone, my Kindle, and my laptop. And that is all I have in this back section with these 3 different areas of this section. All right, now let's go over what's in the middle here. This is stuff that you either are only going to be using in your hotel room or something like that, or in case of an emergency, as you'll see. So first, we'll open it up and just check out the different areas. So in this back area, I've got clothes, some extra 30-round magazines. Usually, I couldn't find my 3rd one, but I usually have 3 30-round magazines. On the right-hand side, I've got a little toiletries kit. Got a few things in this pouch, and then here you can see my CZ Scorpion here in the middle, in the front. So take this out. What I love about this thing is it's so compact. It's got a 9-inch barrel or 8-inch barrel, somewhere around there. I can't remember, honestly. This is not the K model, but the regular size CZ3 Plus Scorpion. And I really like this thing. This is a pistol, and I've got the SB Tactical folding brace on here. Little tip, I keep a spare optic battery here under the strap in the brace. But I have it with a 20-round mag in it and a TLR HL light on the top. I like this because I can have my hand here on this emissary hand stop, and I can put my thumb up here and activate the light, which is really nice. This is a non-reciprocating charging handle. For an optic, on this one I chose to go with a Trijicon MRO on a ScalarWorks 1.93 mount. And this thing is just, let me tell you, way more capable than a regular handgun. I am like 90% more accurate and more fast with a pistol caliber carbine than I am with just a handgun. To me, this is a massive advantage when it comes to, you know, a situation where I would need to protect myself or those around me. It just blows away a handgun. So I'll have 3 30-round magazines. I've got this little Vortex, or I think, no, Vertex mag holder. This is a loop, kind of a hook and loop soft section here on the bag. So this just Velcros right on there. I keep 3 30-round Magpul mags. So that gives me 90 extra rounds of ammunition. Then here in the middle, this is what I travel with. I travel really light. I have a pair of darn tough merino wool socks and 1 pair of merino wool boxers from Ridge. I really like these. And I have a t-shirt, and that's it. Other than that, for clothing, I usually just, you know, wear the same pair of pants or jacket that I left with. I try and travel extremely light. Usually I'm only out 1 or 2 days when I'm conducting business. Obviously, if I was going to be gone for longer, I would bring another bag for more clothing. But that's kind of my extreme lightweight setup for clothing. Now in these remaining 2 pouches here, I have a Garmin Satellite InReach Mini 2. And the reason for this is, let's say cell phone service goes down wherever I'm at. I can send a message to people that I have pre-programmed in here that there is an emergency happening in my area, or that I'm fine, or that I'm on the move. I can send GPS coordinates to where I'm at. I do not need cell service for this. All I need is an open view of the sky. So to me, having something like this is pretty crucial should a natural disaster or some kind of horrible situation happen and I find myself or my family in the middle of it. The next thing I have in that pouch is a primary headlamp. I love this one by Nightcore. It is rechargeable via USB-C, so again I can charge it with the stuff I showed you in the other pouch. And this thing is excellent, very lightweight. It just uses shock cord to go on your head. And man, I love this little headlamp. I'm a huge proponent of headlamps in general. I use the heck out of them literally all the time. Next pouch here is this little toiletry bag. I'm loving this thing. It's from a company called Cox. I got it on Amazon. And a bit, you know, just you've got toothpaste, toothbrush, whatever your normal toiletries I keep in here. And I just slide it right there in that little pouch. And it pulls out nice and easily with this pull handle. And that's it. So that is the full contents that I carry in my Mystery Ranch bag. And man, let me tell you, this is a very versatile and very capable kit. I've really enjoyed carrying this, traveling with this. I feel very good knowing that I have the capability I need to protect and defend those around me should an emergency arise. I also have the tools and items that I need on a regular basis while I'm traveling. So that's my review of the Mystery Ranch 3-way briefcase. I'm really liking this bag so far. There's a few other out there that I want to try hopefully soon. We'll see if they end up knocking this one out of the throne. I don't know. This bag is pretty awesome. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Maybe this was some good gear that you hadn't thought about. Maybe you've thought about some gear, or you have some gear that you use that I should think about. Let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it.